Where you are is not who you are, but. Okay, episode number 23. That is a, well, maybe let's just pivot from that a little bit. Holly Jolly. I was at the Starbucks when I was over here to record, and I looked at the person, the wait person there, and
the barista.
Yeah, the barista. I guess you got to say it like that. Barista had on red. Starbucks has gone from green to red, and so I said something. Oh, you got the Christmas cape on.
'Tis the season.
Yeah, and she said Holly Jolly. It's like Holly Jolly. My goodness, I've not heard Holly Jolly, and it's been a long time.
Was she monotone when she did it?
No. She's kind of happy.
Okay.
It kind of reminds me back when I was a kid. One of the youngest cousins in the family was running around. Somebody gave him a little guitar for Christmas. Now that was a monotone guitar with kind of just the vinyl strings or whatever, or plastic strings.
They all played the same note.
Yeah, he's running around singing Holly Jolly Christmas.
Strumming as hard as he can.
Yeah,
and it's not making any sense.
It's the cousin known as Little David. Little David because he was named after his father, David. He's the younger one. It just stuck. Little David is about to get married. I mean, he's in his 30s, and we still, all the cousins call him Little David.
I wonder if that's what's going to happen with my son.
I don't know.
We're both Jonathan, but I go by John. We call him Johnny. I wonder if he's always going to be Johnny.
Yeah, he'll always be Johnny.
More than likely.
Yeah, he's stuck. I mean, Little David, he's getting married to a gal named Olivia, and we thought that, out of honor for her, like we gotta stop calling him, hey, Little David. I mean, in public it would be David, right?
Right.
But like at family stuff, and she's like, no. I'm gonna be Mrs. Little David. Done.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, Holly Jolly reminds me of Little David, and now the gal at Starbucks. I asked her, she's making the coffee there, giving me my order, and said something to the effect of, I guess that one's kind of neutral, like nobody's can get offended by, she's like, yeah, some people get offended when we say Merry Christmas, even though they don't mind the Christmas gifts, they just mind the merry.
Don't force it on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know a word was forcing my belief on you.
Well, you can force the gift on them.
Yeah.
You just can't force the phrase. So she said, Holly Jolly's kind of neutral. Nobody's going to get offended here for my job. I told her, I was like, somebody is going to get offended. They are going to figure a way out how to turn that into a TikTok roast,
So what is it like being the most miserable person on the face of the planet?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm not, nor is the gal that greeted me with a mid-November. That's when we're recording this, even though we're not airing this until late December, post Holly Jolly. Yeah, she gave me the Holly Jolly. She was
better than the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. Okay. So back to the title, where you are is not who you are. I'm saying it because you might actually think that where you are right now is who you are. Now, I know if I ask you that, so just imagine you and I are sitting in a coffee shop, Holly Jolly Girl's just giving us a nod. Perhaps Little David's even walked in, strumming the old guitar in the background. He is actually a musician now. Strangely enough.
That worked out.
So whoever gave him that fake guitar knew exactly what they're doing. He can play, he's led worship in churches, that sort of thing. If we're talking at a coffee shop and I ask you, hey, is where you are? And by that, I mean, boomerang back to the previous episode where we were dialoguing about deciding where you want to go, where you want to be in multiple areas of life, meaning deciding, hey, what do you want your family to look like? What do you want your financial situation to be? What do you want your health and fitness to come in at? What do you want friendships to be? What can you envision for your factory, what you create? What about your faith life? If I ask you, hey, is where you are currently in any of those who you are? You would say absolutely no. That's not my identity. But then drum roll, not going to cue it, not going to play it as we did in a previous episode. The banger is we actually think that where we are is who we are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why you get this cloak of shame. That's why you get this timidity. That's why you get this hiding, this lack of disclosure. That's why you get the comparison and feeling less than, is because we do, at the core level, somehow feel like where we are is who we are. Step one of moving from where you are to where you want to be. Previous episodes, step one was to decide where you want to go. Step two is this: you must define where you are right now in all of those areas of life. Okay, so step one, decide what's the best case scenario. What am I dreaming about? What am I thinking? What can I see, sense, feel for my life in all of these areas? And define it for you. Don't define it for someone else. Define it for you. Don't import what your parents thought life should be. Don't import what the church leader, the youth minister, the other person, what the friend group's doing. Learn from all these people, absolutely, but decide where you want your one shot at life to go. That's step one. Step number two, you must define where you are right now with radical clarity. Here's an example. Years ago, it's probably been, 20 years ago, I think. I was teaching in a church that met, it was on Sunday nights, and then it boomeranged to Sunday mornings. It met in a warehouse downtown, in the middle of the city. And a guy that was a businessman, he said, hey, if you'll go, I'll pay for you to go to this financial conference up in Willow Creek. It's a church outside of Chicago. They've got this great program called Good Sense. Good, I think it's spelled, I'll have to look this up, CENTS, Good Sense. It's the play on words, not just good sense, SENSE, good ideas, but good actually money. Very, very similar to Dave Ramsey's, completely faith-driven, great program. And I remember being up there after about a half day thinking, man, I am going to get 100% out of debt. I mean, I'm going to pay off the car, pay off the student loans. I had about $39,000 of student loans at one time. Pay off the car, and that was in 2000. So this was not now. Those dollars then were way different than, just because of inflation and all that. And so all this wham, but I can't get out of my student loan debt. Bro, go get a job. I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying
it's possible.
Yeah, I mean, you're working at you might have to work two jobs. You might have to get anyway. That's a whole different sideline. So pay off the car, pay off the student. I mean, we did what everybody else does or was doing when they get married. All of a sudden, you've lived off of nothing when you're in college. You go, oh man, I can finance everything. Boom, so you do. Well, we're going to pay all that off. And the first thing we had to do is get radical clarity about what do we owe, who do we owe it to, what are the payments, how much money in our budget. Oh, now we got to look at what's coming in and what's going out. What can we cut back on? Do we really need that cable package? That's back in the day. I don't think my kids remember a day where, it came through a cable and there were events known as TV shows that weren't just on demand, right? That you actually
had to watch them in real time.
Yeah, or you had to record it with the VCR, something like that. And just getting radical clarity, some of the bigger factor for us was not just what's coming in, but what's going out. And then figuring out, okay, how much can go to debt? Okay, if I debt snowball this, move forward, you get clarity, boom, it's done. You walk it out, not instant, over several years. Extra money, send it to the debt, that kind of thing. Radical clarity. You define where you are now. Decide where you want to go. Step number one, want to be financially free, unencumbered by debt. Step number two, define where you are now. Here's another example. I bump into people all the time that want to write a book. Just got off the phone yesterday with a friend going back and forth on some voice texts that wants to write a book. The big question is, he's decided where he wants to go. Want to get a book? Step number 2, you got to define where you are now. Hey, bro, what do you have for this book? What's the topic? Do you even have a topic? What do you have in terms of stories? Do you have a framework that you're going to lead people through? Is there an outline? Are there sketches? Are there keynotes and talks that you've done? Are there stories? Are there physical printouts of elements that I can actually see? Okay, step number 1, decide where you want to go. Step number 2, you got to define where you are right now. I'll give you another one. After we leave here, I've got to go to a meeting this afternoon about a fundraiser we're doing. It's a big 5K run. Oh, information's down in the show notes. You can join us on that 5K fundraiser. Decide where you want to go. Oh, we want to raise thousands and thousands of dollars for suicide prevention, specifically for veterans. That's where we want to go. We got to define where we are now. Is there a date on the calendar? Do we even have a team to pull this off? Do we have a place to run? Do we have any money to even get started raising the money? Do we have a product or promo or t-shirt designs or a place to build a website? You've got to define where you are. You get the idea. Step 1, decide where you want to go. Step number 2, define exactly where you are right now. I think that we dislike clarity. Man, we might even say it like this. We not only dislike it, it's almost like we disdain it. Maybe on things like this. You know, you don't want to look at the bank account balance. You don't want to look at, unless it's doing really good, you don't want to look at the credit card statement. You don't want to look at you don't want to jump on the scale. You don't want to, fill in the blank.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah, ignorance is just ignorance.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's back to that statement we began with. Where you are is not who you are. Now hang on to that. Because so often we think it is. But your identity has been settled, and unless you step into the idea, the truth, that your identity is secure as a child of God, that's valuable intrinsically, eternally, because God said so and created you and loves you, you will do what I've done before, and you will chase to shore up, build, create that identity from accolades, from achievements, from attaboys or attagirls, from awards, from applause people give you, from these artificial metrics that you'll create in order to be able to look at and go, hey, look, I'm valuable because, and then you'll fill in the blank of all of that. Either that or you'll play small. You'll step back instead of going full throttle. And this isn't an introvert extrovert thing, but instead of going full throttle, all in with the life that you've been given. Okay, you got to remember where you are is not who you are. You also need to remember this: where you are is not where you must remain. Now that's important to realize. Where you are isn't who you are, nor is where you are where you must remain. So you can change it. You can adjust. You can lose the weight. You can learn the skill. You can lean in closer with your spouse or significant other. You can love again, even after death or divorce. If you choose to do so, you can let go of the habit, the hang-up, the hurt, the addiction. I'm not saying any of these things are going to be instant or easy. You can lift your economic situation. Again, not only is where you are not who you are, where you are is not where you must remain. But, not going to cue the drum roll. Just put one in your head. Where you are is where you must begin. Okay, where you are isn't who you are. Where you are isn't where you must remain. Where you are is where you must begin. Now, pause right there. Yes, there are people who have a easier, seemingly better situation than you in some areas. And then you find out some of their other areas absolutely suck. So yeah, there are people in Hollywood that have more money than you. But then you find out on a personal level, man, what is driving the suicide and addiction rate with celebrity, right? Yeah, there are people down the street from you that you can point to them that are better off in some area where you want to make progress. Yeah, certain people, due to race, economic status, gender, I mean, just go down the list, upbringing, opportunity, they've got a head start. All right, so we can poo on that and go, well, I'll never be unless or we can just go, hey, look, where I am is where I am. It's not who I am. It's not where I got to stay, but that is where I got to start. Yeah? Where you are isn't who you are. Where you are isn't where you must remain. Where you are is where you must begin. And remember all of those areas we talked about previous episode. Your family, your finances, your fitness, your faith, your friendships, factory, career, what you do to earn income, to make your mark on this world. All of them are interactive. All of them impact each other. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to pull all that together, and we are going to, step one, previous episode, we are going to decide where you want to go in each area. So Happy New Year, holly jolly, decide where you want to go in each area of life. What in this year, at the end of the year, do you want your relationship with your spouse to look like? I got in from out of town this past weekend, and Beth said, hey, it'd be cool if we just didn't do anything on Sunday. Sunday afternoon, we just chill. Hey, we could do that every Sunday afternoon. We don't even have to do it. We just lock ourselves in the bedroom, shut the door, done. Yeah?
Leave me alone.
Yeah. I mean, we watch some TV, we're married, so it's like you fill in the blanks, done. What would be the win for you in terms of fitness next year? I mean, do you really want to quit drinking? You don't have to. Do you really want to lose weight? Yeah. You don't gain weight? You don't have to. You get to decide what's the win for you in your career. What's the win for you in friendship? You want some more friends? You want less friends? You might need to put some people off, right? Okay, what's the win? Number one, decide where you want to go in each of those areas. Step number two, what we're talking about in this episode, you need to define exactly where you are right now. Radical clarity, the kind that we dislike, disdain. And then here's what we're going to do. We're going to determine the steps to get from 1 to 2, from where you want to go to where you are, but we're going to do them in reverse order. We're going to reverse engineer each of these areas, building a bridge backwards from where you want to be to where you are right now. Here's what happens when you do that. Number one, it guarantees that the steps that you take are going to get you there. Like, you're not just moving in a random direction, you're moving actually to where you want to go. By the way, this is how the Maps app on the Apple iPhone works. I can't speak to Google. It's backwards, so it's probably different. But when you go in there, what's the first thing you do? You go, hey, this weekend I was at a wedding. My cousin got married up there. It was actually little David's sister got married. So, a bunch of friends and family and all my cousins. This is what was funny about it. I got up there, we walk in there. It's a gorgeous, beautiful setting at the wedding. It's outside. They got this great hall inside where there's going to be this dinner. It's like steak and chicken. And evidently her husband, Chip, He knows the guys at Chuck's Sushi, so they're up there, and you can order sushi. It's like this is a ultra nice wedding.
Best reception ever.
Yeah, I mean they're I think she's 40 and he's a little bit older than that. So like they waited, and when they did, they were like, boom, we're going all in. So
doing it once, doing it big.
So we went up there, and I punched in. Oh, before I tell you what I punched in the address, here's what occurred. We walk in, and I'm sitting down. I just walked in and sat down where all my cousins were sitting. We're just kind of hanging out there. We had a very close family growing up, and then as everybody started getting married and all of our parents started having their own things, we didn't see each other as much. And so in the last couple of years, like some of them, Aaron, the one that got married, little David's sister, well, one of his sisters, he's got two, started going, hey, we all need to get together. And of course, all the other gals, women now weighed in on that. And so we've been getting together like a couple times a year, a couple like family reunions. You can make it. Aaron's wedding happened to be the one of the quarter. So I walk in, and they're all sitting on what I soon find out is the groom's side. So I just sit down, and after a minute, I'm kind of looking around. I'm like, hey, look back. Look at my other cousin, one of them. Look at Jonathan and Jeremy. I'm like, hey, who got here first? Because I just saw you guys and came in where you were. And Jonathan was like, well, I think technically I got here first, and I just walked in over here. So, yeah, this is Chip's side. But we're all family. It is. We all sat down. He's been at all the family reunions, all that kind of stuff. So we sat in on the wrong side. It was like, Aaron's going to not let us live this down. Even though she doesn't care and he doesn't care. It's like, this is going to be – it's like I just sat in the open space. So now we're all – all right, I don't know what it has to do with anything except for this. In order to find that seat on the technically incorrect side, I had to get to the wedding. In order to get to the wedding, I've got to go into my Maps app and type in where I want to go. I've got to decide where I want to go. Now, thankfully, they gave me an invitation, and it decided where I want to go. I didn't have to do a lot of mental gymnastics and heavy lifting on it. But so I get in there, and I type it in, and then I guess it's Siri. It's like the magic girl in the little phone. Builds me like 3 or 4 options in reverse from there. And I mean, if you watch it in real time, you can see it kind of building it back. It goes backwards from there to here. And it automatically defines on the GPS exactly where I am. And it kind of tells me, hey, do you want to go the fast way? You want to go the scenic route? Like, yeah. Instead of making a 4.5-hour drive, I want to make an 8-hour drive. I want to stop at every possible construction zone. No, not at all. It gives me multiple options. So you can get to the same outcome in multiple ways. You can get to a healthy marriage in multiple routes. You can build a dynamic faith life. You don't have to go to the cool hip church. Jesus doesn't care if you want to go to the traditional route. In fact, that might be exactly where you need to go. He doesn't care if you get up and read the Bible at 5 a.m. or if you want to pray at 5 p.m. or if you want to pray every hour on the hour. You can get healthy in multiple. You can do P90X, or you can go spend a lot of money at Lifetime Fitness, or you can just go put on some shoes and walk. There are multiple ways to get there. But you've got to, step number 1, decide where you want to go. Step number 2, that map only works if it directs me from defining where you are right here, right now. And if you do that, it guarantees that you're going to be moving in the right direction. The car could have broken down on the side of the road. And if I would have kept walking out that map, kept moving in the right direction, I would have gotten there late, but I still would have gotten there to that little outdoor patio. Chuck's Sushi would have been gone. The drinks would have been drunk. The food, either eaten, somebody took my plate, or either it's stale. But despite the clock, I still would have made it if I kept moving. Here's the other thing that happens when you decide where you want to go and then define where you are and then have that roadmap. And remember, you got to You got probably 6 or 7 roadmaps that work together. It actually gets your mind in gear. Once you start looking at where you're going to go, all of a sudden it's like your subconscious just starts shifting and dreaming bigger and thinking about it and putting the pieces together. And then you get excited. And then it grants you that gift of hope and expectation. You see? So I'm going to park it right there. Instead of doing step number 3, we'll roll into step number 3. I'm ready. I'm queued up. But let's pause. You got some work to do. You got to decide where you want to go. You got to define radical, disdainable clarity where you are. Because where you are is not who you are. Where you are is not where you got to remain, but where you are is where you must begin. So may the Lord bless you. May He keep you. May He give you the grace to dream. May He give you the grace to get clear definition. And may you, when you get that definition, disassociate your identity from the location. Remembering where you are, not who you are. Where you are, not where you were going to remain. Where you are, yeah, that's where we begin. Let's get going. I'll talk soon.